Good evening, everyone. We had I thought it was a kind of an interesting session. For the most part, an inside day. Now, yesterday we had a low close. We gapped up. We crapped out completely, and I really thought that Globex would be able to get some sort of downward movement, but then just heading into the open. Maybe I'll show it on this chart over here. Uh, Look at this ramp. This is Pacific time, so 3 hours behind Eastern. But look at this ramp we got heading into the pre-market here. The data at 5:30, and we just kept on moving upwards. Here was the open, a very tight open trading in that kind of 45.70 to 77 area. We got a decisive break upwards again, I think on some light news data, but a decisive break upwards. And from there, I was looking for longs. Uh, I did not like that we got all of this time spent at the IB high. To me, it felt like we're distributing up here. The guy who was jammed at 45.70 is from the prior session over here. You can see a lot of selling here and sold off into the lows. That fellow was the guy who I was assuming was offside. That's where the bid was to me. It was coming from that guy who was offside, and I just didn't really trust that bid after so much distribution at the highs. I think we ended up spending this. These are 30-minute footprint charts, but we really spent, I think 45 minutes or an hour up there before selling off. Ultimately got a bid, and then the rest of the day just kind of churned at the highs. We got into the SPY previous day's high. We broke it. That was what that volume was happening there at the highs, and then just kind of hung around above 84 for the rest of the night, or for the rest of the afternoon. Tomorrow is the big day. That's going to be NFP. So I would expect Globex to be pretty quiet tonight. Um, this crap is loading. Let's go to just a chart of the S&P. Here we go. There we are. I think this is. There we go. Alrighty. And regular trading hours. Turn off this crap. There we go. This is how I'm looking at it. Pretty simple bunch of zones. We can even throw this into a 30-minute chart. Here is yesterday's low. So if we get into there, I think once again it's just a buy somewhere around here, 45.50-ish above. This is going to be my pivot. Ideally, we get some sort of purchase around the open price, around that 45.77 price, and then that gets into the highs, and we break both today's high, settlement highs, and the prior week's highs. That's what I'll be looking for to the upside scenario. As far as targets go, I've got nothing. I mean, that's the high of the year. um, I don't have anything. I think the futures you might have 46.15. I believe we've not made I believe we've not surpassed the high of the year in the futures, so perhaps 46.15 will be the number on that. Here is the QQQ. There is our high of the year currently. I'll be using the open price as the pivot, today's open price, and looking for us to hold either over here, but ultimately break both settlement highs, so Wednesday's high and today's RTH high, and get into this spot over here. This perhaps becomes a short either here or at this weekly high, not too sure. All of this is going to be subject on the data, right? And if the release is just too noisy, if it's just too hectic, I'll probably just avoid trading it altogether. So that's at 8:30, 10 a.m. University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment. So, if it slows down, maybe I get a chance to trade it, but. Other than that, I'm not really looking for it. Dow, by the way, a really, really tight session. Russell also with a pretty narrow session here. Qs look like they're holding this level now. S&P looks, man, it's an inside week so far. This week's completely been inside last week, and usually when you get that, you get a nice directional break to come. So that's all I really got. Here we can go back to the footprint chart because it's pretty. There you go. I'm going to be leaning long. That's going to be subject to change. Uh, Here, let's pull up. Let's pull this guy up for you. Uh, I've got so many tabs open. This is harder than you could think. There we go. Huh. There we are. ES on the left. On the right, you have the NASDAQ 5-minute charts. Uh, Value area high way up at 94. Value area low at 79-ish. Um, Acceptance below this value area low, the 79 number or 960-ish number. To me, that's probably going to signal a break of these lows, a break of this external trading hours ramp, and I would look for us to come into somewhere around here, this 55-ish spot. So to me, that's where the bid is. That's where I'm going to be looking to play this thing. Uh, that's all I got, really. Uh, all of this hinges upon the NFP stuff. If we open outside of value, I'm going to go with that as the directional break. I'll look for an open outside of value. If we open outside values, outside 94.79, I'll go with that directional break, and I'm sure the overnight will also break in that direction, and then that'll give us a clear direction to trade for the day. Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. Have a great night. Trade safe.